Artificial intelligence and HR. Are we using it? How are we using it? What's happening? That's our topic today on what the heck is happening in HR. For our podcast disclaimer, please visit the episode description. Thanks for coming back to what the heck is happening in HR. And I want to talk about this digital world, AI in particular, and what it means for HR. First of all, I want to be sure we talk about the digital tools available to us. Before we even go there, let's have this conversation, which perhaps is a bit tougher, about AI. You might not know anything about AI. Your boss might not know anything about AI. And that's okay. It is evolving so fast. It is hard to stay up with. But it doesn't mean you fake it, and it doesn't mean you ignore it, because your employees are using AI. You're probably using AI, and you think you know what it is. So whatever you do, find somebody who can at least help you understand what AI is, or more importantly, what it does. It isn't just one AI. I had a CEO who said, "Well, what's the app for it?" And I said, "Well, what do you want?" And they just didn't even know. They thought it was one app that you went to that was the AI app, and that's what you went to and how you did it. So when I really sat with them and we used one or two so they could see the differences in how to use this AI tool, he couldn't believe the in-depth answers and the quickness of it. So have the conversation, CEOs, VPs, be vulnerable. You don't have to be an expert in everything. Your IT people aren't even experts in this because they're trying to keep your servers running and figure out why everything went out the other night. So let's just make sure we have that conversation about AI first. Now, let's talk about the digital tools that we do have available to us. Now, first of all, we're putting everything in there. Oh, we've got Teams. Oh, you're going to have to go over to Zoom. Hey, don't forget about Slack. Oh, did you find the intranet? Did you go to our YouTube channel? By the way, do you know the portal that we're using for benefits open enrollment? I mean, we are drowning employees in notifications, in systems to go to. When they're juggling apps, when they're going from an app to an app, they're not working. They're app switching. So somehow consolidate those tools, use a single dashboard, something like that. You really, really need to do. Second item on this would be around digital walls that hide decisions. If people don't know the why of what you're doing, here's our restructuring. This is why our benefits are changing. Whatever those might do, this is what we're doing with merits. This is why we're waiting 6 months to put increases in. These are the promotions that have happened. This is the restructuring change that's happened, which you should be sharing even if it's a lateral or even if it's a downgrade. You just need to say there's been a change in position. Don't make the employee have to tell everybody what happened to them. That's humiliating. If it's a decision and the employee's going to stay, then let's make it work for everyone. But you've got to build that trust through the transparency, communicating through those apps, communicating the why, and communicating through your intranet. Just cutting out rumors, because without some real knowledge and real wisdom and real why, they're making it up. They're speculating. I've talked about this next item before, but I really think that you need to gamify your engagement and get that. I think we have digital fatigue set up. I think we have, especially those who are remote or hybrid, I think we have employee experiences that are just jumping around in the apps. But, turn it into a leaderboard. Use Kahoot. They do a lot with team quizzes and rewards. Just keep it fun. You can do it by teams. challenge, do a step challenge, do whatever kind of challenge works for your culture, but be able to do that and be able to recognize it and be able to engage them, but do it in the game way. It won't feel so much like work, but it will also allow people to connect under interests that they have, whether it's the number of books they've read, the steps they've taken, or just pure trivia. You know, one of the other items we have constantly drives me nuts is about not using digital schedules. Now, you ought to know I carry a planner with me. I'm the old pencil planner person, but that's mainly because I opened up my calendar and people were booking up on top of each other and basically ignoring if it was blocked off. So I'm retraining people to be able to say, oh, let's confirm with her. And you know what? By the time I flip to my page, I have people still saying, what was the date? What was the time as they're entering it on their digital tool? But we can have a way to be able to skip non-essential meetings. We to let employees do that, to be able to see a shared calendar tool. I'm surprised how many people do have digital calendars at work but don't share them. You can make things private on there, but the flexibility can be there where they can just book a meeting. And certainly the mail tools today allow us to be able to say, find the first available, and then that can happen. And if you need time where you can't be available, then block it off. Use the calendar for that. But really, the frustration of going, hey, are you available Thursday? If you are available, then I'm going to send an invitation. I mean, why did we send emails just to have the ability to use our technical tool? I mean, that's just kind of crazy. Other thing is that in chats, sometimes when we're in the middle of chats, whether it's Zoom or Teams in particular, we are just hiding. Hey, good job, or that was a good presentation, or thanks for answering that question. We forget to take that moment to really show that sincere, genuine appreciation to someone. That very specific information that they should have. That very specific feedback that they have. So be sure to do that. And, we talked about gamifying. And so if you've got managers who are really doing something great and showing maybe their MVP of the week, then maybe, or somebody who's related to the values or a customer note that's come in or something, then give them extra points and then move that along towards your point or leaderboard. And then, just be able to use our digital tools to be able to collect ideas. I have a pencil or a pen and a notebook that you can write in water because I seem to get shout outs in my head when I'm in the shower. So I want to kind of capture those ideas, and I always think I'm going to remember them, and then I never don't. But if you have a way to be able to capture people's ideas and just have them have a repository to put them in and let somebody think about them and know that if that's something that's viable or who should be helping with that, and acknowledge that you got that and let them know that you appreciate them thinking of that idea and want to talk with them more about it. Assign it to a senior person. Use the tech to collect it and then personify it by building that relationship with the person to have them share how they're going to um, make this innovation or this idea happen and what problem it will solve for the business. And I think if we do more of that in this digital age, if we use that tool of AI to say, what's our data show? What can we do? Here's our workplace, and we ask it to give us even deeper thinking, then we will have that tool that perhaps will have us come up with a different idea than what we started with. AI is not going to do all of our thinking, at least not right now. But what AI can do is spur us on, save us time, give us a reach out to employees. Ask whatever AI tool you're using. Tell me a game that I can use to improve the engagement of my blue collar workers who are between the ages of 23 and 34. How can I engage them more in their manufacturing role? And then let it tell you. It might not be perfect, it might not work, but it might spur your idea. So, HR, you need to grab AI, use it, use all the digital tools available, and make sure that we're improving the skill gaps we're seeing in the workforce for everyone. Use those tools and boost our community, boost our connections, and boost our listening to what our employees are telling us. And we certainly hope you're listening every Monday when we drop a new episode of What the Heck is Happening in HR.